Howdy, y'all. My name is Jace, and I'm a sex addict. Each week, I come on and answer questions about my life as an addict or a person in recovery or just somebody out here trying to figure out what it means to be sexually healthy. A question I got in this week after last week's video was, does it upset me when people are critical of me on the internet or, maybe negative towards me based on these videos? Does that bother me? The answer is, I don't love it. It's not great. It doesn't feel great, but no, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't upset me. To be honest, I take great value in surrounding myself with people who don't share my opinions, who don't agree with me, or, who are so different from me. They see things from a totally different perspective. 3 of the closest people in my life are that way, and honestly, I wouldn't trade them for the world. That's one of the reasons I respect and value them so much. There's not enough that can be said about a solid devil's advocate. And honestly, just because someone thinks differently than me doesn't mean that they're wrong. Sometimes they really nail it. They are spot on, and it's like, oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that, or I didn't even know to think about that, right? And so, does that have to be delivered in a nasty way, in a rude way? No, I don't think so. I'm trying to think of a scenario where that's appropriate. I can't really think of one, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. That's not my style of communication. I really feel that it's my responsibility to choose the energy I put in the world, to choose how I show up. And I do my darndest to not show up and not bring negative energy with me, and to not show up in a disrespectful way or, a rude way. And I've gotten a lot this week about, oh, just ignore them, they're just a jerk, or, they're dumb, they don't know what they're talking about, or they're trolling, which is a term I'm coming to learn. And I can't buy any of that stuff entirely either. Is it a nice thing to do? No, probably not. But does that mean that's not a nice person? Well, no, I don't think so. I feel that oftentimes, at least for me, my actions, behaviors, reactions are more of a representation of where I'm at in life, not necessarily who I am at my truest core. And I spent a very solid a fraction of my life, portion of my life, being an asshole, being selfish, being rude, being super self-absorbed, plain mean, self-righteous, big time, very judgmental, very close-minded, just a jerk. Am I a jerk? No, I'm not. At my genuine, true self, my higher self, the one I try to work towards, is not a jerk. I'm actually, on my best days, a very compassionate, very loving, kind person. That's what I strive to be. That's how I strive to show up every day. Do I nail it? No, not all of the time. Does that mean I'm a shitty person? That I'm just this terrible person? No, of course not. I really genuinely don't believe in bad people. I don't believe in bad people or good people. I don't believe that there are terrible people in the world. And that has come from just too much evidence. I'm a rational thinker, and there's just too much evidence of this place being just a wonderful world full of amazing people for me to think otherwise anymore. Does that mean we're all out there being amazing all the time, nailing it all the time, being great to each other, being courteous every second? No, it doesn't. But I think at our core, everyone is a wonderful person with so much to share, so much to teach. And sometimes those lessons and those guides in my life have not been from sources I anticipated or that I necessarily liked hearing from. So, do I like people being mean to me on the internet? No. Of course not. I don't want people to be mean to me. Do I block them or, anything like that? No, I don't, because they might be spot on. And if I am doing something that's offensive or, just not coming across very well, I want to know that. I don't want to be walking around, looking foolish or, being disrespectful unknowingly towards people. I would like someone to tell me, hey, you're kind of a dick. And I'd be like, wait, what? At first I might be like, no, I'm not. I'm awesome. But then I might be like, maybe I am being a little unpleasant here or whatever. So it's not a challenge for people to be mean to me and see how far you can push my buttons. I hope no one's taking this video that way. But I do find significant value in different perspectives. So yeah, keep the questions coming. You don't have to necessarily keep the nasty remarks coming, but if there is something that's constructive, I can do something better, I can switch something up. I'm not going to change who I am. I'm not going to change how I move, my gestures, my voice, I don't like your hair this color, or isn't that the same shirt you wore last week but only in a different color? Side note, yes, it is. I have several versions of this shirt in different colors. I like it. If there are things I can do better that don't go into like me altering my core self, sure. Hit me with those. It'd be great to do that in a way that's feedback, not just being rude, but, I guess that's all part of the game. Can't be on the internet without having some folks disliking the message that you're spreading. I think a while back, remember watching something on the Ellen DeGeneres show about this kid who, just like a high school kid, young guy, who was working at Target, and someone like just snapped a picture of him like, hey, check out this cute cashier at Target. For whatever reason, it went viral. It just blew up on Twitter or Instagram, whatever it was. And he just became like known around the world overnight, or, in a matter of hours. And he didn't stand for anything. He wasn't saying anything. He was doing his job, and he just happened to be, cute apparently. And once he like blew up, and just his picture being, his family got death threats. He was getting threatened left and right. He didn't even stand for anything. He wasn't relaying any kind of information, and he got people being, mean to him on the internet. Why? I don't know. We all go through rough stuff, and sometimes that means the best of us isn't always shown. But I have faith that everybody really is a terrific person with plenty to offer, and there will have to be a huge amount of circumstances to prove otherwise, because I got way too much evidence stacked up on this side showing amazing people doing miraculous things, loving things, helpful things, really community-based things. So that's what I got for you this week. Thank you very much for all of those people who did send support my way. It means a great deal to me. And you can hit me with your next questions on my website, www.suddenlycelibate.com. Until then, I'll see you all next week, and I hope you'll stay curious.